So today's the day. It's startup day. So I already put the tune in there. I loaded a pretty much stock tune, but just it was updated for the injectors because I have 42-pound injectors, um, and a couple of other small things. But for the most part, it's stock because I don't know where this is going to end up. I left the MAF tune, the mass airflow tune, from my prior vehicle because there's no way to know what that mass airflow sensor like tune needs to be, and hopefully the fuel trims are going to be able to keep the air fuels in check during break-in, and then I can like dial in the tune later and stuff. So I've got the spark plugs out so that I can do the first cycle to try to prime the oil filter. The oil pressure throughout the whole engine. Going to disconnect the turbo oil feed, put that into a can of some sort, crank the engine with the plugs out, so that there's no compression, so it's nice, free, easy turning, and hopefully get the oil going, and I'll be able to tell that it's at least feeding the turbo because I'll have this in a clear cup. The only thing I'm really worried about, like my only major concern, is that I haven't been able to test the timing when I did the cam timing. You know, I hope I've done it before, so I'm pretty sure that the cams should be timed well. I've done rotations of the motor, so I know that the valves aren't hitting the pistons or anything crazy like that. Sometimes the cam timing can be a little finicky on these cars though. Now normally you want to disconnect not only pull the spark plugs, but you want to disconnect the fuel. But I actually want to get a little bit of fuel on the cylinder walls because I think I got some assembly lube on the cylinder walls and I want to get that off of there. So I'm going to use the fuel as sort of a detergent. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to pull that turbo feed off. I'm like super excited. I'm like nervous, man. I'm like super nervous. Okay. All right. If all goes well, oil should start shooting into that thing. See anything in the jug?
No,
Yet?
not yet.
No? Okay. Well,
Oh yeah, something's going in the jug right now.
There is?
Oil, yeah.
okay, good. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Okay, good shit. I have contact. I'm gonna hook up my VCM. So let me get the VCM scanner up and running. Am I not logging oil pressure? That's crazy. I've never been logging oil pressure. Is that right? Start scanning. Okay, I'm gonna do that one more time, see what kind of oil pressure I got. It's not reading it. It's not reading my oil pressure, which I don't like. Okay, so I went to hook up my VCM scanner, and I realized that I can't get oil pressure off of this stock ECU and system. All it has is a dummy light that when it goes below like whatever, 2 PSI, a light comes on. So I'm gonna throw this, which I originally bought for fuel pressure. I was gonna put it on my fuel rail, but I looked it up, and it's a little Marshall fluid-filled gauge, and they said you can use it for oil pressure. So I'm hoping that this is the same size fitting as the stock dummy light sensor, and I'm gonna unscrew that, put this in there. So I'm hoping I can just put it on there and read, like kind of look down there and at least verify that there's oil pressure before we get too crazy with starting this thing up. As my son slash cameraman said, don't take no risks, which he's right. All right. Yep, we're good. We're sitting at 50 PSI. I like it. Okay, time to put the plugs in and start it. And the only other thing too that I am a little concerned about is I've never tested this. I made this coil, as you guys saw in the last one of the videos I made, and I've never tested that. So okay. If it starts up, it's going to be smoky, and the bandit's up in this beast. Okay, and then okay, dude. Moment of truth. Time to start it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me get this VCM scanner started. Okay, recording. Still doesn't sound like it's got any compression. That thing does not have any compression, dude. The timing's wrong on the fucking cam. Okay, so welcome back. I figured out what was going on. So in these motors, these 1.4 Loves, you can actually take a intake cam and put it in the exhaust cam slot. You just have to orientate it a little different. This is actually how ZZP does their upgraded intake cam. That's how I found out about it. They sell you an intake cam, and then its orientation is exactly the same as any stock intake cam. But in their directions, they tell you can use your intake cam as your new exhaust cam. Move it over, get more lift and duration. And they send this out. This is their alignment tool that they use for the cams. And it differs from the stock cam, exhaust cam, because usually this slot here would be basically 180 degrees level with this intake one. That's how the standard cams, you time them. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't even pay attention. And for some reason, I thought that I was running two stock intake cams because I had the ZZP cam. I didn't care too much for it. It was, it's a good, I think it's a decent cam, but it moves everything way up top of the RPM range. And the way that I had my old stuff set up, it wasn't working out well for me. So I went back to stock. But I could have swore I left the two intake cams in there. So when I originally timed this, I timed it as if I had two intakes in there. And I pulled this open and I'm looking at the cams and I have a stock intake, stock exhaust cam in here. So I was like, oh, so then you just use the regular timing procedure and you time it out normal. So I'm gonna run that for break-in and just kind of see what I can do to tune that. And down the line, I actually want to do a couple of videos on several things to try to see what kind of power we can pick up. Like porting the head is probably a big one. Change the cam. So I want to do all those episodes in the future. So I like that it's stock cams for now. So I've actually got everything aligned, top dead center. The motor's in top dead center. The timing chain is relieved, and actually I've got this portion of it putting all the tension onto the timing chain, pulling it back this way. So I'm actually ready to go ahead and tighten down the the cam bolts. So it's 37 foot-pounds plus 60 degrees. All right, so I got what I think is timed correctly now. Still got the ignition coils unplugged. I am hoping for compression here. If I don't have compression here, that's gonna suck. That would mean bent valves. So let's hope for the best here. Compression. Thank God. Thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All right, here goes first start. Hopefully. Just want to double check and make sure everything's cool, man. Okay. I forgot to plug the mouth in. Ah, damn it. Well, it runs. Okay. Misfire. I got issues. What the fuck is that noise? I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Wrong. Oh yeah, something's wrong with the fucking differential. Ooh, weak. Something definitely wrong, folks. It's normal for that to smoke, but man, I wonder what that clunking around is. I don't like it. That fucking sucks balls. Damn it. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to get this thing up and look at the transmission and shit. That was crazy. That was not cool, man. See how hot all this shit is. It's fucking hot. I don't think my blow-off valve was working. Where's that turbo? I was surprised that turbo got as much boost as it did. I'll have to look at the logs, but that turbo was coming on line, man. Like, that might be a good sized turbo, which is crazy to me. Not leaking anything. Where's my water levels like? Water's low, I think. I'll have to jack it up and fucking turn some shit around. God damn it. Hopefully it's something stupid like a fucking drive shaft or something I didn't put in all the way. I'll review the video and we'll see. Alright, so the panic is over. The feeling of nausea has left the body. And I'm calm now. And everything's fine. And it's going to be a good day. Because I figured it out. I forgot to connect these anti-sway bars. And they were going all over the place and hitting shit. And that was what was causing the problems. It wasn't. I knew. I honestly I thought it was like I thought it was a transmission, like or transmission to the CVs or something, which would hella suck. But it's not the end of the world. What's the end of the world for me is if it was knock and I destroyed my engine. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, oh my god, I can't imagine doing that, dude. On a positive note, the turbo made boost early on. I was surprised. I was super surprised about that. So, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one I didn't put the anti-sway bar back on. So it was just this anti-sway bar banging around. Thank Christ. You guys almost witnessed a fucking heart attack. Straight up. Stroke, dude. Damn. Where's the nuts? Damn. Lost them shits. Alright. Let me button all this up. We'll continue this fucking craziness. The hole that comes in the BC coilovers is smaller than the stud that comes with the ZZP aftermarket sway bar links. And I mean, my ride height was out of whack anyways. Like, you see how far it was going to have to go. It's about 2 inches. That's quite a bit. And then, I mean, that's 2 inches like that. And, you know, it's got some strain on it. And then when I set it down, it goes up another like 2 inches. So it's like up here, you know. It's going to pull this anti-sway bar all the way up. It's going to be like real close to this steering rod and stuff. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to go ahead and, I mean, it's too low anyway, so I'm going to pull this off and raise my ride height about 1.5 inches probably. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drill these out, and then I'll pop these sway bars in there. Okay, so I've been getting obnoxious knock. It's got to be false knock because I mean it's just like when I'm lightly cruising, and you know you would think you could hear that, and then as soon as I give it any kind of gas, sometimes it will have knock and sometimes it won't. But it's really bad. It's like 13 degrees of knock retard, and I tried to isolate my engine a little better because I have the solid motor mount, and that can cause serious vibrations throughout and be picked up as false knock. So I isolated that with some of these. They're stainless, and the rubber parts of them are fairly uh, thick and dense. So I put those on, and that helped a lot with the quality of the ride and the noise. It took the noise down quite a bit, and it's still pretty solid. So I can dig that. Hopefully they'll last. I don't know. They're not made for that, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this thing down and see if I can get that knock retard to get calmed down. No, knock retard's still there. Yeah, it just shot up to 13. God dang it, man. She's killing me, man. Just steady on knock retard. Just steady on it. I really want to stay off of it because I don't want to heat up those exhaust valves so damn hot. I'm retarding this thing, dude. Just right there is causing it. Any kind of load on it whatsoever. Like, what the? More knock retard. Now it's steady low knock retard. I'm not even on the throttle, and it's giving me. I'm barely on the throttle. It's giving me knock retard. Son of a bitch. All right, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. I got to a point to where I can't do anything until I get my knock detection in. So I ordered the Fowler, the FWLR knock detection unit from Canada. It's going to allow me to take the stock ECU's knock sensor off the block and put the one that comes with the knock detection unit on there and listen with headphones. It should be pretty obvious if it's real knock because the ECU won't have its knock sensor hooked up to the block anymore, so it won't be able to retard the timing. So I have to be pretty careful there. But it should be pretty obvious if it's real knock or not at that point. I don't want to run it anymore because I'm running out of time to break the rings in, and I got to put a little bit more power into it to get those rings to push out into the cylinder hone and conform correctly. So I don't want to run it anymore. I don't want to fuck with it anymore. I'm just gonna wait for that detection unit to come in, and we'll go from there. Sorry, you know, the videos come out pretty slow with me because I got a job, and I don't plan on like stopping uploading or stopping the build. They're gonna come out. This is what I do. So you know, don't worry about that. They just come out a little slow with me. So hopefully that's something you can tolerate. I think that's about it. And when I get that in for the next video, we'll be putting that knock detection unit on, and we will be continuing to break the engine in, maybe put a little bit of boost to it, kind of see how things are going. And then if it is false knock, I can desensitize it in my tune. So I'll see you on that one. Thanks for checking it out. Peace out.